Hello students, Mijbil The Otter by Gavin Maxwell. आई एम श्योर आपने इसकी चैप्टर एक्सप्लेनेशन कर लिया होगा. अब करते हैं हम शॉर्ट एंड लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन आंसर्स, राइट? चलिए, सो व्हाट वाज द बिगेस्ट ऑब्स्टिकल? ऑब्स्टिकल मतलब जो बीच में प्रॉब्लम आती है, ठीक है. द नरेटर फेस्ड इन ट्रांसपोर्टिंग मिजबिल टू केमिस्फेनिया. क्या उसको प्रॉब्लम आई थी जब उसने उसको ट्रांसपोर्ट किया था, राइट? So the greatest obstacle was the compulsion to keep Midge inside a small box during the flight. उसको एक बॉक्स के अंदर ले जाना था, ये उसके लिए सबसे बड़ा ऑब्स्टिकल था. Midge had not been trained to stay in confined spaces. जो बंद बॉक्सेस होते हैं, बंद स्पेसेस होते हैं, उसमें उसको रहने की आदत नहीं है. And he got claustrophobic inside the box. Claustrophobic होता है एक fear of getting stuck inside. ठीक है, तो उसको वो क्लॉस्ट्रोफोबिक था, वो फियर था उसको. ही हर्ट हिमसेल्फ बैडली बिफोर द फ्लाइट and during the flight he created quite a ruckus when the air hostess suggested Maxwell to keep his pet on his knees. उसने बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम खड़ी कर दी थी, सब तरफ भाग रहा था वो ड्यूरिंग द फ्लाइट. इसलिए एयर हॉस्टेस ने कहा कि आप उसको अपनी नीज पे ही रख लो, बॉक्स के अंदर मत बंद करो. Next, when you have pets like Mijbil around you, you can never get a dull moment. क्योंकि वो इतना playful, joyful था, तो आपके पास कभी भी जो pet owner है उसके लिए कभी भी dull moment नहीं हो सकता. Discuss. So pets keep us entertained by their playful behavior. Midge would also do the same and do it in style. He would invent a game with rubber ball. तो अब उसके जितने भी entertaining games थे ना, आपको उनके बारे में बताना है. So he would invent a game with rubber ball or would splash water playfully or gallop on the school boundary wall during his walks. He would follow his master everywhere and jump about excitedly when let loose. जब उसको खुला छोड़ देंगे तो वो excitedly इधर उधर भागता है. Okay? चलिए. Otters have peculiar behavior. उनका एक अलग सा behavior होता है. Discuss with reference to Mijbil the Otter by Gavin Maxwell. Now, otters behave in a peculiar way. Mijbil's love for water is an example of their unusual behavior. He was so fascinated with water that he would get excited every time he saw it. Right? Mijbil's fun-loving nature and childlike habits were other odd things that made this pet distinct. Now, his intelligence to invent games and the art of devising engaging activities were also extremely peculiar. Next, the air hostess help was of vital importance in the safe transportation of Mijbil from Basra to England. Comment. So Mijbil had injured himself badly. जब वो बॉक्स के अंदर था, उसने अपने आप को काफी स्क्रैचेस ले लिए थे and had ruined his traveling box. उस बॉक्स को भी बहुत खराब कर दिया था a little before the flight. When the narrator shared this experience with the air hostess, she advised him to keep the pet on his knees. Instead, उसको बॉक्स में रखने की बजाय अपनी knees पे ही रख लो. So later, when Mitch disappeared during the flight, it was the air hostess who told the narrator to sit comfortably in his seat while she would find the otter and bring back to him. कि आप आराम से बैठ जाओ, बिकॉज कुछ करी उसके ऊपर गिर गई थी, तो आपने कहा एयर हॉस्टेस ने कि आप आराम से बैठ जाइए एंड शी विल फाइंड ऑटर फॉर हिम, राइट? चलिए. Mijbil proved to be quite a sensation in London. Comment. So people in London had not seen an otter. So when they saw Mijbil, they were intrigued and wanted to know what animal it was. सबने उसको अलग अलग गेस किया. कोई कह रहा था वो हिप्पोपोटेमस है, कोई कह रहा था स्क्विरल है. Right? Their guesses ranged from bagger, mongoose, weasel, baby seal, and squirrel to walrus and even a hippo. Right? So Mijbil's unique species thus made it a sensation. 4-5 ही नाम है, प्लीज उनको याद कर लेना. ETC मत लगा देना. आप क्या करते हैं, 2 नाम लिखेंगे उसके आगे ETC लगा देते हैं. नहीं. Next, Midge was an extraordinary pet. Do you agree or not? So Midge was an extraordinary pet from the marshes of River Tigris in Iraq. Right? He was a unique pet because he quickly learned all the instructions from Maxwell. बहुत जल्दी वो trained हो गया था. He also devised his own games and adapted to life inside a flat. He enjoyed being with his master and kept himself occupied, remaining happy and energetic all the time. Okay, the long question, what are the compulsive habits and what, according to Maxwell, are the compulsive habits of school children and Mijbil the Otter? So the compulsive habits are the actions that are performed repeatedly आप वो काम करते हैं या regularly simply क्योंकि the individual cannot hold himself from not doing them. आपकी habit है वो. So these habits are like rituals. ये rituals type बन जाती है कि ये तो हमें करना ही करना है, that are performed effortlessly, frequently and involuntarily. An example is that children place their feet squarely on the center of each paving block and touch every seventh upright of the railing on their way to and back from school. Similarly, Mitchell also got into the habit of jumping onto the 2 feet high boundary wall of the primary school opposite Maxwell's flat. उसने बच्चों को ये सब करते हुए देखा था और इसीलिए उसको भी वो हैबिट पड़ गई थी. He would tug his master towards the wall, climb it and gallop over its full length of 30 yards. And he did this every day on their back home after the walk. उसने ये काम डेली करना होता था, अपने मास्टर को बॉल के साथ लगाया एंड उसके सहारे से वो जंप कर जाता था. राइट? What has happened? Chaliye, what are some of the things that we come to know about otters from this text? So the account tells us that otters are found in abundance. बहुत ज़्यादा quantity में मिलते हैं, mainly in the Tigris marshes of Iraq. These animals have a compulsive weakness for water. They love to splash and play with it. They are cautious while befriending human beings, but once they begin to trust, they develop permanent affection and friendship. ठीक है, पहले वो थोड़ा सा रिलेक्टेंट होते हैं फ्रेंडशिप करने में, लेकिन एक बार अगर उनका ट्रस्ट बन जाए तो एवर लास्टिंग बॉन्ड क्रिएट हो जाता है. Now, otters are fun-loving, childlike creatures and are intelligent enough to invent their own games. They are curious and soon learn new things. कितनी सारी qualities हैं. They love to spend their time in playing with toys. They have a strong sense of survival and try hard to protect themselves. They are friendly, loving and loyal and are fit to be adopted as pets. So in due course of time, they start responding to their names. They eat fish and can be trained like dogs. So itni sari qualities hain, please learn all of them. Give an idea of the eventful journey of Mijbil from Basra to London. Now, after having finished his work in Basra, Maxwell decided to return to London. But he was faced with the difficulty to transport Mijbil with him since the British Airbase did not allow animals to fly. Right? उसने उसका क्या निकाला था फिर option that he flew to Paris first. So Maxwell then booked a flight to Paris with another airline and then from there he moved to London. Now this airline, however, told Maxwell to put Midge into a box, 18 inches square box, and place it at its feet during the flight. So Max got the box made and put Mijbil in it an hour before, जिससे Mijbil को उसकी habit हो जाए, right? To familiarize him to the closed box. Midge, however, didn't like this confined place and struggled to get out. In doing so, he ripped the inner lining of the box to shreds and hurt himself badly. Max spent some time removing all the sharp shreds and carried Midge in the same box to the airport. In the plane, on the air hostess' suggestion, Max opened the box to carry Midge on his knees. लेकिन जैसे ही उसने वो बॉक्स खोला, Otter rushed out towards the other passengers the minute the box was opened. और उसके बाहर निकलने से क्या हुआ? It created a lot of commotion in the plane. A scared woman got on her seat and screamed, a rat, right? And there were shrieks and squawks all over. The Max tried to dive at Midge to catch him, but missed the otter and landed with his face in the curry. मैंने आपको बताया था ना उसके फेस पे करी गिर गई थी, इसीलिए एयर होस्टेस ने उसको एडवाइस किया कि आप अपनी सीट पे बैठ जाइए, आई विल फाइंड योर ऑटर फॉर यू. However, the kind hair hostess calmed down Max and told him to get seated while she tried to get back Midge. A while later, a naughty otter returned to Max and bound to his knee, making a distressed chitter and nuzzling his face and neck. Thus, the eventful journey from Basra to London via Paris became a memorable one not only for Maxwell but also for his co-passengers. तो कितना बड़ा ये एक प्रॉब्लम हो गया था, सिर्फ मैक्सवेल ही नहीं उसके पैसेंजर्स के लिए भी साथ में. Had Mijbil been one of the Belinda's animals in the tale of Custard the Dragon, how do you think he would have treated Custard? And number two, he would have dealt with the pirates. तो अब आपको इसमें मैं हम हर चैप्टर में बताती हूँ आपको कि इनकी थीम जहां मैच कर रही है वहां से आपको क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं. अब इन्होंने अ टेल ऑफ कस्टर्ड ड्रैगन से उसको मैच किया है कि एनिमल्स अगर ऐसे होते तो वो कैसे एक दूसरे के साथ बिहेव करते हैं, राइट. So number one, he would have treated Custard का बता रहे हैं. Mijbil would have easily befriended Custard and would have played with him all day. Now, Midge had a childlike enthusiasm and he enjoyed playing even during his walk on streets. वहां तक तो वो enjoy करता था. On the contrary, Custard, with his quiet nature, would have let Midge jump over him playfully. The two of them would have lived together happily, as the cheerful nature of Midge would have perfectly balanced the reticent temperament of Custard. So Custard एक तरफ शांत, लेकिन Midge एक तरफ बहुत ही ज्यादा playful, joyful. So दोनों बहुत enjoy करते साथ में, right? On seeing the pirate, Midge would have chittered excitedly. He would have tried to get close to the pirates and would have explored his wooden leg curiously. The pistol held by the pirate would also have engaged Miss interest. कि ये नई चीज क्या है, अब उसको पिस्टल भी एक नई चीज लगती, बिकॉज आपको याद है ही वाज सो कीन इन ऑब्जर्विंग थिंग्स. सो फर्स्ट डे तो वो शांत रहा था, लेकिन सेकंड डे ही वेंट अराउंड द होल फ्लैट जस्ट टू ऑब्जर्व कि क्या चीज क्या है. ही वाज कीन एंड कीन लिखा है चैप्टर में, है ना. He could have run away with it and invented some new game with it. The playful nature of Midge would have made him popular even in the world of the poem. राइट. सो ये वाले टाइप के क्वेश्चंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हैं. आपको इसमें दोनों चैप्टर्स के बारे में, जो उनकी थीम्स के बारे में बेसिकली कनेक्ट करना है, राइट. सो आप ये नहीं कि बस उसी चैप्टर के बारे में लिखेंगे, आपको दोनों के बारे में लिखना होगा. चलिए इसको जल्दी से याद कीजिए और लिख के देखिए. सिर्फ लर्न करने से ऐसा लगता है कि हाँ हो गया है, लेकिन वंस यू स्टार्ट पेन देम डाउन इन योर नोटबुक, तब पता चलेगा कि असली में कितना याद है, राइट. चलिए, थैंक यू.